Hi everyone, and welcome to Windrider Farm. Today's video is part one of a series on how to grow tomatoes successfully from seeds. One of the first things to consider when growing tomatoes from seed is which variety of tomato will be best for your growing needs. When choosing which type of tomatoes to grow, you will hear different terms used to classify tomatoes: determinate, indeterminate, hybrid, heirloom, and open pollinated. So in today's video, I'll be explaining what each of those terms mean, so that you have all the information that you need to choose the right type of tomato seeds for your garden, based on your needs and how you'll be growing them. These are some of the varieties of determinate tomatoes we'll be growing this season on our homestead. Often on the seed packets or in the description, you may see the word bush, because these tomatoes have a bush-like growing habit, growing between 2 and 4 feet tall. Determinate tomatoes are the best variety to grow in containers because most varieties do not require staking, making them the best choice for small space gardening. Determinate tomato plants will set their flowers in the span of a few weeks, and all the fruit will then ripen all at once. The plant will then be done with their production cycle. So if you have limited space, this is the best tomato to grow, but you will not have a long season of production. So if you have more room to grow and need to produce more fruit, then indeterminate tomatoes would be a better choice. Here are a few of the indeterminate varieties of cherry tomatoes we'll be growing this season. Cherry tomatoes are a great variety to grow if you have more space. They can produce right up into the first frost, and some varieties are very prolific producers. They will require staking or a trellis, as they can grow quite tall, and their branches can easily break when laden with fruit. But they're certainly worth the effort to stake them, and there are many beautiful varieties to choose from. These are the varieties of yellow and orange indeterminate heirloom tomatoes we'll be growing this season. Because they're indeterminate, they will keep producing fruit until they're killed by the first frost. They're all considered heirlooms because these varieties have been stable for at least 50 years. The seeds of these tomatoes can be saved, and they will produce the exact same tomato if grown the next year. These are some of the red and bicolor varieties we'll be growing this season. All but one are indeterminate heirloom tomatoes. The Patty Striped Beefsteak is an improved heirloom. Although it's been improved by selecting certain traits, it's not a hybrid, as the parent plants are still both the same variety. As I mentioned earlier in this video, a tomato variety is considered an heirloom if it's been stable for 50 years, meaning saved seeds will grow true to type, producing the same exact identical type plant year after year. All heirloom tomatoes are open pollinated, meaning they are pollinated by wind and insects, but not all open pollinated plants are heirlooms. These are the indeterminate purple and black tomatoes we'll be growing this season. These tomatoes get their dark coloration from the presence of anthocyanin. These tomatoes will get darker if exposed to more light when growing. All of these tomatoes are indeterminate, and they will continue to flower and set fruit all season long. Also, because they're heirloom tomatoes, I can save the seeds and they will grow true to type. The great advantage of being able to save the seeds is if the seeds of a much-loved variety suddenly becomes hard to find, I would still be able to grow it, because I was able to save the seeds the previous year. Just a quick word about hybrid tomatoes. Hybrids are not bad. We did grow some hybrid tomatoes in our greenhouse last season, but because hybrids are a combination of the genetics of 2 or more varieties of tomatoes, you can't save the seeds and get an exact replica of what you've grown. If you don't plan on saving seeds, then go ahead and grow hybrid tomatoes, because hybrids have been bred to capture the beneficial traits of the parent plants, and they can be a welcome addition to your garden. Don't confuse hybrids with GMOs. GMO plants and seeds cannot be sold to the home gardener. I hope you found the information in today's video helpful, and I hope it inspires you to try growing some of the beautiful tomatoes that you saw in today's video in your garden.